Welcome back to another Ruthless Ideas podcast. Little change of plans this week. I am going on a vacation, so I am recording this podcast on Wednesday. So, my second video only came out about an hour ago. So I only have one view on it. Not that that matters, but if people do comment, I won't be able to talk about it. Just an FYI. So let's get into it. First video we got this week. We have the undercar magnet windmill. And it's a little crazy. So again, we're back with Futuristic February. And this product, I've actually thought about a lot before I wanted to do this. So I had a little bit of an idea. And so what this is you have a neodymium magnet, pretty much the size of a quarter. And so what you do is it's encapsulated with two parts. One part has the outside of or the inside of threads. I don't know. Both sides have threads that you twist together. But the cool thing is that holds it from spinning off, and then how the magnet spins is by two little wheel bearings. And so what holds the wheel bearings is each half has like half a circle that when you twist it together, they line up so you can actually connect them. They line up perfectly, and then you put it in the wheel bearings and it spins, and it doesn't allow the magnet to like fall out. So you can go at fairly high speeds and you don't have to worry about it messing up, coming apart, kind of that craziness, which is really cool. And then it was very hard to decide whether I wanted to make the whole bottom of a car and then do all the special like oval underneath and how I wanted it to look, and I didn't end up doing that. I just went with the basic show. So it's just a circle that has a little lip on the outside of the little circle, so it would show how it would look underneath the car. So I could have done a lot more, but I just decided I don't think it was going to change how it functioned and how people would look at it and understand it, so I chose not to do that. But it's still really cool, and I love the idea, because what happens is there's, as the car goes, there's aerodynamics, so the air either goes above the car or below the car. And this idea would be you put little windmills underneath the car so that as the wind goes over, it just hits the edge of it and spins a magnet. And then on the like inside of the car would be copper coils that are spun, that it would flip the current of the copper coils with this neodymium magnet. That's how you create alternating current. And so as you're creating this current, it would be able to generate energy that you could charge the battery and add a little extra mileage to the car. So the big problem is putting these extra spots that grab the air, lowering the the car's aerodynamics, or is it lowering it but giving it more charge per mile? So it's like that trade-off is the big kind of if of whether or not it's a good thing to do or not. So that's the main thing that you have to overcome. Once you figure that out, you could put this onto every single car. And if it works better and actually does produce a lot of energy for the car and makes it go farther, could be a possibility of using it. So that one, pretty cool. I really did enjoy that one. I have a lot more magnet ideas because I love magnets, but that will be later videos. But this video didn't have any comments on it. That's okay. But I got another triple digit view, 150 views so far, which is awesome. The only problem is 4 dislikes, which I'm really confused because you think if someone didn't like it, they would have commented and said, this is a stupid idea, which I wish they would have. Please tell me if it's a stupid idea. But they just gave it a dislike. Like, you're really not even going to man up and, like, tell me what's wrong with it? But hey, it's okay. People don't like the videos. I like the videos, and I made them, so that's all that matters. So, it ain't really bothering me, but if you're going to leave a dislike, let me know why. Let's have an argument or a discussion, whichever one you prefer. But that's okay. I'm excited about it. Now the next one, the one I was talking about in the beginning of the video, has 1 view so far, and it is my CO2 to oxygen exhaust filter. So what this is in my head, this works really good. But as I was going through, I realized you could blow up your car if you use this thing. But again, it's futuristic, so there's no way your car blows up. So let's get into it. It is a giant cylinder that has one side open with slits down the side. And just like how you have your exhaust, it just has the end that's open. You would put this right over top of the exhaust. And then there's a clamp. So there's 2 C-shaped clamps that have little tabs at the top and bottom that come together over the filter. And then you nut and bolt them together to tighten it down, which ends up pinching it over the exhaust. And then the face that's covering the exhaust is made out of an bioengineered algae that as the CO2 comes, it just grabs it and changes it to oxygen, and then it goes away. And so the thing you have to make sure it doesn't do is it doesn't heat up and melt due to the heat. So you would have to make sure you kind of engineer it where it's high heat strength, but also turns the CO2 to oxygen fairly quickly. And the other thought is it would probably, because CO2 there's 1 carbon and 2 oxygens. So if you take away the carbon, you have to do something with the carbon. So the thought would be is the algae uses the carbon as a fuel. So it would take the carbon, munch it up, or whatever it wants to do, and then it poops out the oxygen or something with the oxygen. That's the goal of it. Again, it is futuristic, so someone would have to engineer that, but I don't think it's impossible. So that's kind of the videos for this week. Again, 1 view on that. Not that I care at all, but yeah, whatever. No comments though. We'll see what it looks like on Friday, because if I did have comments, then it sucks I did it early, but it's okay. But now we're going to talk about okay, quick little tidbit. I started watching this little docu-series on Netflix about Hitler, so I really almost just was like, let's talk about Hitler. We are not going to talk about Hitler, because he's awful, bad guy. We're going to talk about the Amazon rainforest. I don't know if y'all know a lot about the Amazon rainforest, but it is so cool. So, Joe Rogan, he's got the podcast, pretty much everyone knows about it. He had this guy named Paul Rosolie on. And this dude, at 17, went into the Amazon and just started living there and protecting the Amazon. He's been doing it for 18 years. It is insane. It's just so cool to hear him talk about everything that's in the Amazon. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-boggling. It's so cool to have him talk about it, and then you picture it in your mind, and you're just like, I don't want to do that at all, but that is so cool that you're doing it. Like, he walks around in the Amazon in bare feet, without shoes on. That is insane. And he just goes along, does his stuff, and then he's just talking about how you have to stay extremely clean, or if you get like a scratch on you, it will become infected right away. And then you have to like protect yourself while you're taking a poop, because these giant beetles will come and try to steal your poop from you. It's just insane. And then he talks about all the animals that are there, and that he literally goes, so like in the river, all these alligators and crocodiles and snakes and everything like that are there. He'll go up to like a black caiman crocodile, which are like fairly common around there, and just pick it up like it's a pet, and the alligator won't do anything. Or he'll just go and grab a snake. Like, he showed one video, and it's all of these, probably like 6 people, and there's this giant anaconda, and he jumps in this water on this anaconda, and then everyone else jumps in the water with him to grab this anaconda. This thing is 18 feet long, and it's the snake's wrapping itself around Paul as he has the anaconda's head. And it is just so cool to see all these people trying to get the snake off of him. He's like, my shoulders were collapsing. I could feel my collarbone about to break. And it's just like, you put yourself in that scenario to get pretty much not attacked, but surrounded by an anaconda. And it's just so crazy. And then, I don't know if you know the podcaster Lex Friedman. He did another podcast with Lex where they went into the Amazon, set up all the podcast stuff, and did a podcast in the Amazon. Like, it's pitch black. They have one light, and they're doing a podcast in the Amazon. While the podcast is going, Paul goes, hold up, and grabs a snake out of a tree and holds it and is showing the camera. And this snake is the size, like the thinness of a pencil. And the head is, he said, was the size of his pinky fingernail. And then he's like, the eyes are almost half the size of the body. And it was just crazy to watch him handling this snake that supposedly isn't harmless, or is harmless and can't hurt him. But still, he just grabbed a snake. And then he said he was just barefoot sitting there. Like, I would be so scared someone would just bite my foot or something. But it is just insane. I love the Amazon now. I never want to go there, but it's so cool. If you haven't seen it, you gotta go check it out. It's just so cool to hear him talk about it, and share all the pictures and everything like that. It is just insane. So go check it out, because it's so cool. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next week. Or talk here. I don't know. Talk to you next week. Goodbye.